All right, everybody, welcome to another installment of AlLou toy review. I know it's been an extremely long time. I'd love to give you some great excuses to why and all this. Honestly, sorry guys, it just comes down to the fact that I've been lazy. Well, anyway, I know that in our unboxing that we did a little while ago, I pulled out Blanka. I still have not even opened this yet, believe it or not. It's just been sitting here and sitting here and sitting here. I haven't even opened up the front. Anyway, let's take a look at real quick look at the box. All right, so we have the box here. There's the back, the top, side, and the bottom. Again, I'm not too big on the boxes. The boxes don't matter to me. Well, here we go. I get to finally open this. Oh, stuck a little bit. And here we go. Here's what it looks like. All right, so really there is a lot of stuff covering here. It's very difficult to tell what it looks like. So yeah, this thing has to come out of the box and we have to be able to show this. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording for now so that way we can take a closer look at this. All right, so I've opened up the box and pulled everything out of the packaging, and this is what we have here. It's a little bit different than what I've seen with some of the other ones. Not much different, but probably the most noticeable difference that you're going to see here is there's no extra little piece that you actually put on here, which makes sense, right? I mean, look at this large component right here, which basically shows electricity, right? So it's pretty cool. There's the base, and this is stuck in here. I tried moving it. I don't want to pull too much just in case I ruin it. Oh, the other thing too is with the other ones, you can actually pull this base off, not with this one. This one does have a slight less textury feel than the others. It's still fine though. It's still good quality and everything. So there we go. And we also see the connector is different on this one compared to the others. I don't know if that's going to be good or not yet. I haven't put it on, so we'll find out. We also got the little instructions, which is going to show basically how to connect each one of these pieces that we see right here. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 of these electric pieces that's going to go on this part right here, from what I can tell. We also have a card that we have gotten with the others. So there's a card right there showing Blanka, stats, electric thunder. That's pretty cool. I like that. I don't really do anything with my cards. I just put them back in the box. And of course, the backdrop. There's a famous Blanka backdrop. Again, it's good quality feel to it. The one thing, again, like I wish they would do, maybe do something with this back. Add another picture so that way we could, if we wanted to, go ahead and match it up with another character. Somebody mentioned in one of the comments that it's a diorama, and so that's the reason why you're supposed to have just this one. Well, I agree, it is a diorama, and I completely understand that part. But why let this opportunity go, right? Either that or sell some other card stock so that way we can have them face off against each other. It's just a missed opportunity is what I'm saying. All right, and then here we go, of course, the most important piece, right? Blanka itself. Pretty cool looking. Let's see if I can move this lighting around a little bit more. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to really do too much here. Let's see if I move this. I like to be able to get a little bit better light here. So there we go. There's Blanka and his face. Look at that. It is a different look. I wouldn't say it looks like the video game, but it's still pretty menacing. And I'm trying to get a feel for what I think about his face here. It looks a little bit menacing, but at the same time, he almost has a little worried look about him. I don't know. You guys can tell me in the comments below what you think. There's something in there, something in his eyes, something in his expression that just seems to be missing for me. Something seems a little bit off. You guys let me know. Anyway, there's his face. And again, there's his back. He's got his pockets, right? And here's the bottom, right? So there we go. A little bit different than what we've seen on the other ones in terms of the connector. All right, the back of it. So I can't wait to put this guy together, see what it looks like. Again, the translucent look on here. So I'm assuming, I'm looking right in here, and it looks like maybe we're going to see some lights that's going to happen in his head, in his hair. Very sharp, very nicely detailed. Again, I think there's just something missing about his face that just kind of bothers me a little bit, but it's still a nice figure. All right, there we go. And those are the pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this together, and then we'll be able to check it out when we return. In the meanwhile, let's take a quick look at this brief commercial message.
Now, it's here. The excitement, the adventure of a new force at breakfast.
We'll call them C-3POs.
New C-3PO cereal from Kellogg's. Twin rings, phased together. For 2 crunches in every double O. A delicious part of this nutritious breakfast. Now you can experience the taste of Kellogg's C-3POs. A crunchy new force at breakfast.
May the force be with you.
All right, everybody. So here we have Blanka all put together. I'll tell you this right now. It's fairly easy to put together. The biggest problem that you're going to have putting this thing together is actually these little components right here. Now, I actually had a little bit of problem with the back one right here, which we'll see. Let's see if I can turn it. Now, it's in there, but it's like almost barely in there, and almost anything will nudge it off a place. It seems to me that some of the cutouts for it to go inside of here didn't match exactly right, and so there's a little bit of room there, or less room than there should be in order for it to actually stick in there just right. That's just a little word of caution. Some of these cutouts, I've seen that in other figures, and it just happens. I wish there was a little bit, maybe they need a different type of cut to it or whatever, so that it'll fit in there better. But unfortunately, you do have that. Anyway, as far as the figure itself, again, it is beautiful. And I'll tell you this right now. I did mention something about the face earlier, right? I mean, still the look of the face, there's still something a little off there. However, you're going to see when I actually hit the button how great it really ends up being. It's actually one of my favorite characters, or one of my favorite figures now when it comes to pushing the button. We'll get to that in a second. So anyway, here's the backdrop, of course, classic Blanka background. This all fits in there well together. And right here, of course, is a button. It does take 3 AAA batteries, so be prepared for that. And you're going to need a mini little Phillips screwdriver in order to get that little compartment opened. So there we go. There's the figure all put together. All right. Now, you know what? Usually I hit the button right about now, but let me see what I can do about turning off these lights, or at least making it a little bit darker in the room so you get a better effect of this. So just give me 1 second. I just try to get as dark as I could. It is a light outside right now as I'm recording this. So anyway, here we go. Check this out. I'm going to show it from the front right off the bat because I want you to see this. This is pretty cool. Now you can see why I say, wow, this is actually pretty awesome. I really like the effect on this one. I love, of course, the classic, that Blanka throws out, and the lighting effect goes on for a little while. So really great job on them. And of course, the eyes. I can't get over the eyes, how well that pops out. Let me see if I can lift this up. That is awesome. It's beautiful. I love the way the eyes go ahead and light up with the rest of it. Of course, his hair goes as well. Let me do this again, and as I turn this. Yes, extremely bright. Well, you know what? Honestly, it's a lot brighter in this recording. I can see it right now. It's a lot brighter than it is in real life, but it's still a very great effect. That is just beautiful. So actually, this ends up being one of my favorites, as far as the lighting effect. I think the lighting effect on this is absolutely awesome. Hats off to them on that. I just think the expression on it could have been a little better on his face. It's not bad. I'm just saying it leaves a little something to be desired. Anyway, there's that. I hope you enjoyed this part. Now, you know what? Let me put them together so that way you can take a look at how they look together. All right, so here we have all my figures that I've collected so far all put together in order, right? I mean, we have Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, Guile, and now Blanka. Now, I am looking forward to get to Wholesome. I've heard nothing but great things about it. I've heard some good stuff from some of our other viewers. And thanks for letting me know, because I can't wait to see it and see what's so great about it. So far, honestly, when it comes to the lighting effect, I love the Blanka one the best. Now, when it comes to the others, I really like the look of Ken the best. However, he has issues in the way he's connected at the bottom. I mentioned that before in one of my other videos. And unfortunately, the way they have his set up on the bottom, I don't get the light anymore. I have to really be... see, it's very difficult to get. It's just the way it was constructed. I don't like that. Other people, hopefully you've never had that issue. Unfortunately, I did. So that's probably my favorite as far as look. Everything else is really nice, of course, but that's just my opinion. Everybody has their own opinions. But I'm just glad that you're collecting, that you're watching, that you're enjoying these figures, and I hope that you guys are enjoying our little quick videos on this. Anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget to keep collecting what makes you happy, and of course, display it proudly.
Yeah, so going back to Blanka's face, that expression kind of reminds me of a tiki statue I just saw at the Home Depot. But what do I know? I just edited stuff. Anyways, guys, do you remember that wacky wall crawler back in the day? You'd throw it against the wall and the little octopus would crawl and make its way down. Everything was fine and dandy until it made it to the carpet. Then you end up with a handful of hair. Fun, huh? Anyways, you remember?